Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to take you guys through some new Steam updates and game news on some very big titles recently. Well, first of all, Helldivers 2. The game has had quite the tumultuous road over the last week and a half or so. We'll talk about that as the reviews for the game have slipped into mix from mostly positive. Definitely want to talk about that. Speaking of mixed Steam reviews, Nightingale just dropped on Steam and it's currently sitting at mixed reviews. Very much an early access product. A lot of the issues with the game are stuff that can be remedied. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But man, oh man, Helldivers 2 has been quite the wild game to cover in terms of it just exploding in popularity, but at the same time, that exploding kind of led to Arrowhead Game Studios being in a position where they couldn't keep up with the demand of the game and everybody wanting to play the game, ultimately potentially hindering the sales of the game. But like, worrying about the sales numbers of this game is nothing that anybody should be doing, just because this game has done incredibly well. From a commercial standpoint, this game has blown through every expectation, and when this game was coming out, I was very much skeptical on how was this game gonna do from a sales standpoint, because I thought Sony did a complete pitiful job of marketing and promoting this game. But man, word of mouth really just spread like wildfire when it came to this game, and I thought there was a chance of that happening, because this is the kind of game that people are gonna be sharing it on Instagram Reels. It's gonna be all over TikTok. When I got a text message from a buddy of mine linking me to a TikTok of this game, and he just said, yo, heard you were playing it, this game looks hilarious, and it's legitimately a link to TikTok. Guys, I don't have a TikTok, and this man linked me a TikTok clip of this game. I was like, yeah, this game is gonna be one that is gonna pop off through social media, isn't it? And man, oh man, even with that, it has popped off way bigger than I could have expected. But again, there are a lot of server issues. It's hard to get into the game right now. And right now, there's 99,148 Steam user reviews. 68% of those reviews are positive. So that is not a great look for the game. At the end of the day, like, this is something that can easily be turned around. Like, give it a month and a half. And if we're looking back at this game at the end of March and it's at a perfectly working state, and I'm not saying that there's going to be no issues. No, there might be times where the game crashes, and I've had some really bad crashes in terms of finishing up a mission and then right at the end the game crashes, but that's to be expected. Like, not every game is going to be 100% perfect. At least, most games aren't going to be 100% perfect. When this game works, it works really well. The performance is solid, and everything like that works pretty damn well, but it's the server issues and being unable to get into servers, which is just obviously breaking the game. There is no offline component to this game, so you're completely out of luck if you can't get into the servers, which the argument can be made for an offline mode to be added to the game. I'm surprised that, honestly, they don't offer an offline mode, right out the gate, since I know, like, a lot of this game is online, but if you could at least do some of the content offline, play it solo, whatever, that would at least leave at least some of the content playable. But the game is legit broken if you can't get online, and it really does seem like sometimes you'll try to get on, it'll take 15 to 30 minutes, and sometimes you're in within 30 seconds to a minute. It's really a crapshoot, and it comes down to server capacity and server load. And remember, it's capping at 450,000 players right now, so they are well above that. And if you look at the Steam concurrent players, it's usually under 450,000, but remember, the game is crossplay, so you're talking about the PlayStation community and the PC community. They're all sharing the same server and whatnot. And 450k, that's being blown through pretty easily. And if you were to tell me that this game was going to crack 450k before it came out, like, well before it came out, I would have said you were crazy. I thought Sony, again, did a pitiful job of promoting this game, and I thought, there were so many misfires as far as PlayStation's marketing team goes with this game. But, man, maybe they know better than I do. Maybe they just realized that this game was going to pop off from a word-of-mouth standpoint, and it has, so hey, credit to them, but I give more credit to Arrowhead of creating a compelling game and, creating a game that just really resonates on social media. Unfortunate that the game is having so many issues, but I think overall, from an Arrowhead standpoint, this is a gigantic net positive. Yeah, you got a lot of issues, but, having an abundance of players to the point of your servers going down, I don't want to say it's a good problem to have, but it's the right kind of problem to have. If it was other issues where this game was just, like, broken on PC in terms of it being a terrible PC version, well, that's one thing. You knew that going into it. If you're dropping a game like Last of Us on PC, you knew going into it that it was going to be bad. In the case of Helldivers 2, it was a case of you underestimated how many players wanted to play the game, which is, given the scale of Helldivers 2 at this point, And I know a lot of people bring up the concurrent player count of Helldivers 1, which I understand. It's an easy comparison to make, but PC gaming, the landscape in 2024 versus 2015, it's just completely different. That I don't think that's as fair of a comparison to make as some people are making it out to be, but that's my 2 cents. And also Helldivers 2 is is a bigger budget game, so to speak, than Helldivers 1. Moving on from that, another hotly anticipated game in Nightingale. I imagine that so many people are having issues with Helldivers 2, they're looking for a different game to play, and maybe they're checking out Nightingale. Nightingale is currently sitting at 37,000 concurrent players, and it's also got its fair share of problems by the Steam user reviews, but it's a game that's hotly anticipated, and from a survival game standpoint, it looks really compelling. I like the idea of Fae cards and the realms that you can create. Set out on a journey of survival and adventure into the mysterious and dangerous Fae realms of Nightingale. Become an intrepid realm walker and venture forth alone or with friends as you explore, craft, build, and fight across a visually stunning gaslamp fantasy world. The game looks really cool from a presentation standpoint. And again, it is in early access. Best of all, $30 for this as well. 10% launch discount, $27. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of these $27 early access survival games. That really does seem to be the standard with Palworld. I believe Enshrouded was that price, and now Nightingale as well. So good to see that from a price point standpoint. Helldivers 2, also a $40 release. I think that's a big reason for a lot of these games popping off, and I think that will be underestimated. Can you guys, like, imagine, and I know we'll never know, but I really do feel like if Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was released at $30 or $40, it would have sold a lot better. Obviously, it would have sold a lot better, but would I go as far as to say the game would sell 2x, you know, to make up on the cost investment of the game? I don't know, because obviously it's a $70 game. If it was priced at $40, would double the amount of people checked it out? I don't know, and there's no real way to know, but with these live service games like this, and games that are going to be perpetually updated, I get Nightingale's not that, but you would have to think that you want more players invested into the game, so ultimately you could have some more people spending money within the game, and I think that's been very effective for Helldivers 2, where more people checked out the game at a $40 price point than they would have at a $60 price point. But at the same time, the game for a lot of people ends up being $60 because they end up buying the super credits. Like, I want to say the majority of my friends have ended up buying super credits for the game. So it's like Arrowhead at PlayStation, they ended up getting the $60 out of them, but they had the price point initially at $40, and now if they sell any more super credits to these people, and trust me, some of them will, it's just gravy on top of that. So I think the $40 price point for Helldivers 2 was an incredibly advantageous fact about the game, and with games like Nightingale and Shrouded Palworld, $27 on all those with the launch discount. I think that is going to make it a very attractive option to pick up as well. Nightingale is also done by a new studio in Inflection Games, composed of a lot of developers from BioWare, so pretty interesting in that regard as well. The game is having some performance issues, some server issues, and things of that sort, but, you know, this is an early access game. Helldivers 2 was a full release. Early access, like, launch day early access, that's really, like, you're signing up for a little bit of a crap show and a lot of issues. With Helldivers 2, I understand why people are more upset about that, but overall, it's a good time to be into gaming. There's a lot of big games coming out. Sure, you get the Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clashes of the World that we don't like to talk about because that game was a disaster, but for the most part, it's been, like, big game after big game this year, and really, outside of Jujutsu Kaisen and Suicide Squad, off the top of my head, those are the ones that were real big flops. Outside of that, it's just been big game after big game, and all of them are doing fairly well commercially. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Let me know your experiences with Helldivers 2. Certainly interested to hear from you guys, and if that $40 price tag was a reason you checked out the game, I think that's going to be a discussion a lot of developers are going to have going forward, because you're seeing these games. What are the games that have been popping off recently? I get it, P3R, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, those were $70 and did well. Grand Blue, $60 did well, but for some games, I do think the $40 price tag can be very advantageous. Skull and Bones, by the way, another one, $70, total flop, etc., etc. But again, that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.